Okay, so the next thing, the bigger topic for today is database error handling, right? Because, we know certain things from experience. Okay? Not all errors can be prevented. No matter how much you sanitize and, validate the data being submitted, sometimes you can't find out there's a problem until you ask the database to work with the data, whether it's an insert, update, delete, whatever, right? On the database end, remember you learned about two different types of restrictions or integrity constraints. There's domain level, which just means like table level constraints, and then there's referential integrity constraints. So an example of a domain level constraint might be a unique index. Okay, the combination of fields has to be unique or something like that, right? Well, you won't know for sure that it's violating that unique constraint in the database until you get the data to the database. Same type of thing with a referential integrity constraint, right? Remember this business of cascade delete and not being able to delete a parent object if there are related child objects unless you have cascade delete turned on. So that kind of thing cannot be anticipated. You have to actually go to the database. It's like that old saying, it's better to beg forgiveness than ask permission. Right? Sometimes that's what we have to do. We're going to beg forgiveness from the database, get the error message back, and away we go. Right? So our basic approach is really pretty straightforward. You've used a try-catch block before. Am I correct? Okay, everyone's nodding. Okay, if they're awake. Fair enough. So yeah, try-catch block, that's really what we're going to use. Now, have you had much experience doing multiple catches? Having more than one catch expression? Okay. Some people are saying, yeah. Okay, good. The whole idea is, you start with the most narrow possible exception that, as specific as possible. You catch that first, right? And then you kind of widen the net and catch other exceptions as you go down through. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to use that structure for a try-catch. And we're also going to take advantage that when we get that exception object back, it often has a payload of information that we can access. Right? We can actually look inside the error message, for example, coming right from the database and say, hey, what is it telling me exactly what the problem was? If we can figure that out, then we can give a very specific message to the end user. If it's not that, then we have to again fall back on sort of a more general message about something went wrong. Okay, maybe you're holding your tongue out the left side of the mouth, and you hold it over here instead. Something like that, right? Okay. All right. So let's just leave that there, and we're going to come back to Visual Studio. We have our copy paste code, right? So we're going to start, I think, with the create process. No. Yeah. Okay. Remember, we have a unique constraint on the patient. No two people can have the same OHIP number, right? Maybe I'll start and stop the recording just to break it up as much as possible.